Howdy. I should be sleeping actually. But obviously I'm thinking about clay. Clay is a type of fine-grained natural soil material containing clay minerals. Clays develop plasticity when wet due to the molecular film of water surrounding the clay particles, hence easy water surface tension, which creates also an electromagnetic field, but become very hard, brittle and non-plastic upon drying or firing. Most pure clay minerals are white or light colored, but natural clays show a variety of colors from impurities such as reddish or brownish color from small amounts of iron oxide. Clay is the oldest known ceramic material. Prehistoric humans discovered the useful properties of clay and used it for making pottery. Some of the earliest pottery shards have been dated to around 14,000 BC, and clay tablets were the first known writing medium. Clay is used in many modern industrial processes such as paper making, cement production, and chemical filtering. Between 1/2 and 2/3 of the world's population live or work in buildings made with clay, often baked into brick, as an essential part of its load-bearing structure. Cement, which is basic. It has a quite high pH. Clay is a very common substance. Shale, formed largely from clay, is the most common sedimentary rock. Although many naturally occurring deposits include both silts and clay, clays are distinguished from other fine-grained soils by differences in size and mineralogy. Silts, which are fine-grained soils that do not include clay minerals, tend to have larger particle sizes than clays. Mixtures of sand, silt, and less than 40% clay are called loam. Soils high in swelling clays, which are clay minerals that readily expand in volume when they absorb water, are a major challenge in civil engineering. So probably it just got mixed up with peat. This is the first thought I have about that. I have been reading this many times, I guess. I don't know. Did I make a video about this? Probably, I don't know. But I grew up in Switzerland where we had limestone, geothermal activity, volcanoes. Not in Switzerland. Actually, there are, but that's another story. But anyway, when I lived there, I didn't know about that. I moved to Finland, which is peatland, swampland, Suomi. Suo is the Finnish word for swamp, hence peatland. It's the most peat-richest country in the world. So there's peat everywhere. And for those who know Tiffany, what was the writer again? Terry Pratchett's Tiffany, the little witch. And obviously, according to Terry Pratchett, I am a witch. I don't know, is there any other better thing to somehow figure out if you are a witch or not than Terry Pratchett? If you know, please let me know. I didn't intend to be a witch, but it turned out I am, obviously. So anyway, like Tiffany, who grew up in the peatlands, or the peatlands are this constant feature in the books, but she grew up in limestone land and then she went to the iron land, or how it's called in English. I don't know, because I heard most of the books in Finnish language and they're written really well nonetheless. But anyway, like me, I grew up in limestone country. Now I'm here in metal country, literally. The plasma oxide and molten metal on top of the rocks and such things, which is really metal. And for those who don't have enough open mind, it might be even mental. But anyway. Clay. I want to show you something. This lake, which isn't far, there is a road going by. I have been driving this road many times. There is this kind of beach where you can get food and stuff. I haven't ever stopped there. It doesn't somehow inspires me to stop, since it's like a really narrow band beside the road. But this lake, it has obviously this kind of really interesting beach color, sedimentary structure or whatever, and it depends on the light how well you can see it. But it is a special lake, and I have been wondering about this lake since the first time I saw it 20 years ago or something. But anyway, there is even a Wikipedia page about that lake. Kuorinka is a medium-sized lake in the Vuoksi main catchment area. It is located in the region of Northern Karelia in Finland. Whole lake and the shores, 13 square kilometers, are protected in Natura 2000 conservation program. Code FI 07000089. Due to lakes oligotrophic waters containing very few minerals of sandy plains. Let's check out oligotrophic. An oligotroph is an organism that can live in an environment that offers very low levels of nutrients. They may be contrasted with copiotrophs, which prefer neutrally rich environments, like humans. Oligotrophs are characterized by slow growth, low rates of metabolism, and generally low population density. Oligotrophic environments are those that offer little to sustain life. The environments include deep oceanic sediments, caves, glacial and polar ice, deep surface soil, aquifers, ocean waters, and leached soils. Aquifers and leached soils might be the only ones which could somehow relate to the lake. Examples of oligotrophic organisms are the cave-dwelling olm, the bacterium Candidatus, Pelagibacter communis, which is the most abundant organism in the oceans with an estimated 2 × 10, 28 individuals in total, and the lichens with their extremely low metabolic rate. Etymologically, the word oligotroph is a combination of the Greek adjective oligos, meaning few, and the adjective trophikos, meaning feeding. Plant adaptations to oligotrophic soils provide for greater and more efficient nutrient uptake, reduced nutrient consumption, and efficient nutrient storage. Improvements in nutrient uptake are facilitated by root adaptations such as nitrogen-fixing root nodules, mycorrhizae, and cluster roots. Consumption is reduced by very slow growth rates and by efficient use of low availability nutrients, for example, the use of highly available ions to maintain turgor pressure. with low availability nutrients reserved for the building of tissues. Despite these adaptations, nutrients requirement typically exceed uptake during the growing season. So many oligotrophic plants have the ability to store nutrients, for example in trunk tissues when demand is low, and remobilize them when demand increases. Obviously, I'm not really in reading mode. I'm really tired. But there is a lake nearby, which is oligotrophic. And they talk about the use of highly available ions to maintain tertiary pressure. Maybe we check this out before I leave and go to bed. Tertiary pressure is the force within the cell that pushes the plasma membrane against the cell wall. Whoa! It is also called hydrostatic pressure. Easy water. Dr. Gerald Pollack, easy water. It's a double layer. But anyway, it is defined as the pressure in a fluid measured at a certain point within itself when at equilibrium. Generally, tertiary pressure is caused by the osmotic flow of water and occurs in plants, fungi, and bacteria. The phenomenon is also observed in protists that have cell walls. This system is not seen in animal cells, as the absence of a cell wall would cause the cell to lyse when under too much pressure. The pressure exerted by the osmotic flow of water is called turgidity. It is caused by the osmotic flow of water through the selectively permeable membrane. Movement of water through semi-permeable membrane from a volume with a low solute concentration to one with a higher solute concentration is called osmotic flow. In plants, this entails the water moving from the low concentration solute outside to the cell into the cell's vacuole. Maybe it's French, maybe it's not. Hypertonic, plasmolyzed, isotonic, flaccid, hypotonic, turgid. So it goes in. Hypertonic, then it goes out. Isotonic, equilibrium. So if it goes out, it is plasmolyzed. Man, that's really interesting. So many things and stuffs to check out. But